Biting your nails is one of those small habits that seems harmless. Many people do it without even realizing, during a boring meeting, while sitting in traffic, or when feeling nervous before a big event. Parents often tell children to stop, usually with warnings about how messy it looks or how it might damage their nails. But beyond appearances, there's a question that sounds almost surprising. Could biting your nails actually harm your stomach? It's worth talking about because nail biting, known as onychophagia, is very common. Studies suggest that nearly a third of adults do it, and the number is even higher in children and teenagers. Some outgrow it, while others carry it into adulthood as an unconscious habit. Most people dismiss it as harmless, but doctors warn that the habit has risks that go beyond how your hands look. Think for a moment about what happens every time you bite your nails. Your hands touch dozens of surfaces each day: keyboards, door handles, money, phones, and countless other objects. These surfaces are full of bacteria, viruses, and sometimes even parasites. Fingernails, with their ridges and small gaps, act like little traps, collecting dirt and microbes. Washing your hands helps, but it doesn't fully clean underneath the nails. When you put your fingers in your mouth, you're giving those germs a direct route inside your body. Once inside, germs travel down into your digestive system. Your stomach does have protection: strong hydrochloric acid that breaks down food and destroys many harmful organisms. That's why you can eat a variety of foods without constantly getting sick. But stomach acid is not all-powerful. Some bacteria and parasites can survive and cause infection. Over time, repeated exposure from nail biting increases the chances of stomach problems such as nausea, cramps, or diarrhea. Imagine a simple scenario. A student spends the day touching textbooks, pens, and computer keyboards. Later, while studying, they begin chewing their nails without thinking. Hours afterward, their stomach feels upset. It's easy to blame cafeteria food, but those germs from their hands may have been the true cause. This is how a habit that seems so small can lead to very real discomfort. There's another angle too. When you chew nails, you often swallow small fragments of nail or skin. Nails are made of keratin, a tough protein that your digestive system cannot fully break down. Swallowing a little isn't dangerous, but doing it often may irritate the digestive tract. It doesn't poison you, but it adds unnecessary stress on your system. For people with sensitive stomachs, this can make digestion even harder. Certain germs are also a bigger risk. Children who bite their nails are more likely to pick up intestinal parasites like pinworms. Adults may expose themselves to bacteria such as E. coli, which is found on many surfaces. Not every nail-biting episode leads to illness, but the chances are higher compared to people who avoid the habit. So, is biting your nails bad for your stomach? The answer lies between myth and fact. It won't destroy your health instantly, and your body does have defenses. But it's not harmless either. By repeating the habit, you raise the risk of introducing harmful germs into your digestive system. Think of it like leaving your door unlocked. You might be fine most of the time, but eventually, the risk can catch up. Now let's bring this closer to daily life. Office workers might bite their nails during stressful meetings. College students might do it while pulling all-nighters. Children might develop the habit while watching TV. In each case, it feels like a small action, but each bite transfers bacteria into the mouth and potentially into the stomach. That's why health professionals recommend addressing it, not just for appearance, but for long-term health. The encouraging part is that awareness changes everything. Once you realize nail biting isn't just about how your hands look, but also about what you put into your body, it's easier to see why breaking the habit matters. Awareness is the first step toward change. Habits don't disappear overnight, but they can be replaced with healthier actions once you understand the risks. Knowing that biting your nails can introduce germs into your stomach is only half the battle. The real challenge comes when you try to stop. Nail biting feels automatic. For many people, it's almost like blinking, done without conscious thought. You might not realize you're doing it until your nails are uneven or your cuticles are sore. That's why the very first key to protecting yourself is not punishment or shame, but awareness and replacement. Every habit has a loop, a trigger, an action, and a reward. For nail biting, the trigger might be boredom, stress, or even excitement. The action is chewing the nail. The reward is a brief sense of relief, comfort, or distraction. This loop repeats so often that it feels natural. The way to break it is not by destroying the loop, but by noticing it. That moment of noticing gives you a chance to step in before the action takes hold. Think of a student sitting in class. Every time the teacher hands out a test, stress rises. Almost automatically, their fingers go to their mouth. By recognizing this pattern, test equals stress, stress equals nail biting, the student can prepare. They might hold a pen tightly, take a deep breath, or chew a piece of gum instead. Awareness doesn't erase the urge, but it shines a light on it, making it easier to manage. Replacement comes next. Your brain craves the satisfaction nail biting provides. If you simply try to stop, the craving remains, and eventually, you'll give in. Instead, you need a substitute. Something that delivers comfort or distraction in a healthier way. For some, sugar-free gum works wonders. The act of chewing keeps the mouth busy, satisfying the urge without the harm. For others, fidget toys or stress balls give the hand something to do. Even sipping water slowly can interrupt the cycle and reset the loop. Consider Lisa, a young professional who bites her nails during meetings. She knows it looks unprofessional, but the habit is hard to stop. One day, she buys a simple spinning ring. The next time nerves rise in a meeting, she spins the ring under the table instead of biting. Over time, the ring becomes her new outlet. The urge fades, her hands heal, and her confidence grows. This approach is powerful because it's gentle. It doesn't demand perfection overnight. Instead, it offers small, realistic steps. Each time you replace the urge with something healthier, you build a new loop in your brain. At first, you might slip often. But with patience, the slips become less frequent, and the victories add up. Beyond stomach health, this change has another benefit: self-esteem. Many nail biters feel embarrassed by the look of their hands. They hide them in photos, avoid handshakes, or feel self-conscious during conversations. By breaking the habit, even slowly, you gain pride in your appearance. Looking at your hands and seeing smooth, healthy nails can be a daily reminder of progress. That boost in confidence is just as valuable as the health benefits. Different tools work for different people. Some find bitter-tasting nail polish effective. It creates an unpleasant taste every time they try to bite. Others set small goals, like making it through one class, one meeting, or one day without biting, and rewarding themselves afterward. Journaling can also help, especially when the urge is tied to emotions. Writing down stress instead of biting nails gives both expression and relief. It's also important to remember the emotional side. Nail biting often starts during stress or worry. If you only focus on the nails and not the feelings, the habit may return. By addressing the emotion, through breathing exercises, short walks, or talking with a friend, you calm the source. That lowers the urge before it even begins. Encouragement plays a huge role here. Many people feel frustrated when they slip, thinking they failed. But every attempt is practice. Think of it like exercise. You don't build strength in one workout, you build it over time. Every time you resist, even for a moment, you're training your willpower. Progress, not perfection, is the real goal. The beauty of this method is that it teaches a skill you can apply elsewhere. Once you understand how to interrupt a habit loop and replace it with something healthier, you can use the same approach for other patterns: snacking when bored, scrolling on your phone too often, or procrastinating. Nail biting becomes not just a habit you overcome, but a lesson in self-control that benefits your whole life. Breaking free from nail biting starts here, noticing the loop and offering your body a kinder substitute. With practice, the habit fades, replaced by healthier actions that protect both your nails and your stomach. The next step is to go deeper, strengthening the body itself so it can handle whatever challenges remain, even when slips happen. That way, your health doesn't just rely on stopping a habit, but on building defenses from within. Stopping nail biting is a huge step forward, but here's the reality: none of us are perfect. Even with awareness and replacements, there will be moments when you slip. Maybe stress is high, or maybe you're lost in thought and don't even realize you're biting until it's too late. That's why the next key move isn't about eliminating mistakes altogether. It's about strengthening your stomach's defenses so that, even if germs do sneak in, your body is ready to handle them. Think of your stomach as the front line of a fortress. Everything you eat, drink, or accidentally swallow, including those little fragments of nail, must pass through this gate. Its main weapon is hydrochloric acid, strong enough to dissolve many harmful invaders. For the most part, this acid does its job well. But your stomach is not an isolated soldier. It works in partnership with your entire digestive and immune system. The stronger those systems are, the better your body can neutralize threats. One of the easiest ways to support this defense is through diet. Consider two people. The first eats mostly processed food, fast meals, sugary snacks, and soft drinks. Their digestive system struggles with low fiber, too much sugar, and not enough nutrients. The second eats a balanced diet of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and foods rich in probiotics. Their stomach is given the tools it needs to work efficiently. When germs arrive, their system is stronger and more resilient. It's not about perfection. It's about tilting the odds in your favor. Probiotics are especially helpful. These are the friendly bacteria that live in your gut, balancing out the harmful ones. When you eat foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, or kimchi, you add reinforcements to your digestive army. They don't make you invincible, but they create a healthier environment where harmful bacteria have less room to grow. Even supplements can help if probiotic foods aren't part of your diet. Fiber is another important ally. Found in fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains, fiber keeps your digestive system moving smoothly. When food and waste move at the right pace, bacteria have less chance to linger and cause problems. Pairing fiber with water creates an even stronger effect, flushing toxins and keeping your system clean. Hydration might sound simple, but it's powerful. Water helps your body in countless ways, transporting nutrients, aiding digestion, and maintaining balance. Without enough water, your digestive processes slow down. Germs and waste stay longer, creating more opportunities for trouble. Drinking water regularly throughout the day supports your stomach's natural defense and makes everything run more smoothly. Sleep also matters more than most people realize. During sleep, your body repairs and resets itself. Your immune system recharges, producing cells and proteins that fight infections. If you cut your sleep short, you weaken those defenses. Now imagine biting your nails during a stressful week of little sleep. Your body is already vulnerable, making it easier for germs to take hold. Rest doesn't just refresh your mind, it strengthens your body's ability to fight off invaders. Stress management is another overlooked factor. High stress can change the balance of bacteria in your gut, lowering your defenses. That means the same germs that your body could normally handle might now cause discomfort. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, exercise, or even short walks outdoors help reduce stress and protect your stomach indirectly. Picture Sam, a college student preparing for finals. He stays up late, drinks lots of coffee, eats fast food, and bites his nails whenever he's nervous. His stomach begins to ache, and he feels drained. Compare him with Emma, another student who also struggles with nail biting. She eats balanced meals, drinks plenty of water, and makes sure to sleep. Even though both have the same habit, Emma's body is better equipped to fight off any germs that sneak in. The difference isn't just luck, it's preparation. That's the heart of this key move, preparation. You cannot control every germ you touch. You may not be able to avoid every slip into nail biting, but you can control how ready your body is when those slips happen. Every healthy choice, what you eat, how much you sleep, how you handle stress, strengthens your fortress. And the beauty of these changes is that they benefit every part of your life. Eating well gives you more energy. Drinking water improves your skin. Sleeping better sharpens your memory and mood. Managing stress makes you calmer and more focused. Protecting your stomach from nail-biting germs is just one result of these choices. The bigger picture is a healthier, stronger you. You now know 2 powerful steps to protect your health: awareness and replacement to break the habit, and strengthening your stomach's defenses to reduce the risks when slips happen. But the real goal isn't just short-term control. The real victory is long-term freedom, living without nail-biting controlling your hands, your confidence, or your health. This last step is about building independence from the habit and creating a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Long-term success starts with patience. Habits are deeply rooted. They don't form overnight, and they don't disappear overnight either. If you've been biting your nails for years, it's unrealistic to expect that you'll stop completely in a single week. The process is gradual, full of progress and occasional setbacks. But every small step matters. Each time you resist the urge, even for just a few minutes, you're laying another brick in the foundation of freedom. Self-compassion is the fuel that keeps you going. Too often, people slip and then blame themselves. They feel weak, embarrassed, or convinced they'll never change. That mindset is the biggest obstacle. Remember, slipping is not failing. Habits are like paths in your brain, and the old path doesn't disappear instantly. But with practice, you build a new path, and each step makes it easier to walk that way instead. Being kind to yourself after a slip is what allows you to keep moving forward instead of giving up. Support can make the journey easier. Sharing your goal with a friend, family member, or even a coworker gives you encouragement and accountability. Sometimes just knowing someone else is rooting for you can double your motivation. For children and teens, parents can help by offering gentle reminders and positive reinforcement rather than scolding. For adults, a partner or close friend can celebrate the victories with you, no matter how small they seem. Visual progress also helps. Taking photos of your nails every week or writing down your progress in a journal can make change more tangible. You may not notice growth day by day, but over weeks, the difference becomes clear. Seeing healthier nails emerging can be a powerful motivator, reinforcing that your effort is paying off. Imagine David, a man who has bitten his nails for decades. At first, he feels hopeless, thinking it's too late to change. But one day, he decides to try. He starts small, using a fidget toy at work and drinking more water to keep his hands and mouth occupied. When stress gets high, he sometimes slips, but instead of quitting, he resets and keeps going. He also tells his daughter about his goal, and every time she notices his progress, she cheers him on. Slowly, his nails grow back stronger. He feels more confident shaking hands, attending meetings, and simply looking at his own hands. For him, the change is more than physical, it's emotional freedom. And that's the deeper truth. Conquering nail biting isn't just about germs or stomach health. It's about reclaiming control over a habit that once felt automatic. It's about proving to yourself that you can make changes, even when they feel difficult. That sense of empowerment doesn't stay limited to your nails. Once you succeed here, you realize you can tackle other habits, other challenges, and other goals with the same persistence. Think about the ripple effect. When you stop biting your nails, your hands look healthier. That boosts your confidence in social and professional situations. When your stomach is no longer dealing with unnecessary germs, you feel healthier overall. When you prove to yourself that you can break a habit, you gain courage to change other parts of your life, whether it's exercising more, managing stress better, or improving your sleep. One small change leads to many. So, does biting your nails harm your stomach? The evidence shows it can. Maybe not every time, maybe not dramatically at first, but the risks add up over time. The bigger story is that nail biting is a habit worth breaking, not just for your hands, not just for your stomach, but for your confidence and health as a whole. Here's the encouragement to carry with you. You are stronger than your habits. Nail biting may feel automatic, but it doesn't define you. With awareness, with healthier replacements, with strong defenses, and with patience, you can break free. Every slip is just part of the journey, not the end of it. Every moment of success builds toward freedom. The next time you feel your fingers drifting toward your mouth, pause. Take a breath. Remember that your health, your confidence, and your future are worth more than a fleeting moment of relief. That single pause is where freedom begins. And once you start, the path forward only gets clearer. Your nails can heal. Your stomach can stay strong. And you can prove to yourself that no habit is too small or too big to change.